These 15 children have been held at Naguru Reception Center for nearly a year now, away from their biological mothers. The Naguru facility was set up to secure children under the age of 18 years. However, they were formally handed over to their mothers after 11 months of custody at Naguru Reception Center. The children were caught up in a land wrangle at Katale Narumunye in Wakiso district.
At first they said we are trafficking those children. 4
of the children's mothers, Caroline Adon, Josephine Akechizwa, Rosaline Asinde, and Shakira Nakiranda, were allocated this incomplete building by a one Irene Namubiro, currently residing in Norway. The 4, who are also relatives, decided to stay together so that they could fend for their children after they were evicted from their previous homes. However, in August last year, the Ministry of Gender officials evicted these women and their children with help from Sanji police officers.
They were the parents of the children, but later on, the Gender Ministry took over the issue, of course, giving circumstances that the conditions the children were living in were not good.
Following the eviction, the 4 women, 2 of whom are widows, were later charged with child trafficking. Yet these are their biological mothers to the children.
Members suspected that these children were up to be trafficked by these women that were keeping them. And as usual, what the ministry does in such a situation is to ensure the safety of the children first. So the children were retrieved with the police involvement and secured at a ministry facility.
The women alleged that some of their neighbors were interested in grabbing their prime land at Narumunye.
The only way they could make us leave the place is to say we are trafficking those children so that they can carry the children and the mothers away from here to accomplish their mission.
If the allegation is to do with the land, we don't have that in our files, but we can open up inquiries into the matter. We do have a fully fledged office here at CID headquarters Kibuli.
Their attempt to seek redress from the State Minister in charge of Children Affairs, Florence Nachwara Kiyingi, only came to fruition yesterday.
Each day when my children are not with me, I shedded tears and I said, Lord, what is the State Minister doing in that office? They have tortured us with our children. They have made us have sleepless nights. And I cannot even bear the pain that Ministry of Gender has made us go through. Financially, emotionally, mentally, the children are mentally tortured.
They blame their suffering to Stella Ogwang, the principal probation officer in the Ministry of Gender, for frustrating their effort to release their children.
But the woman could not even have a slightest mercy in her heart. Baby is taken away from a mother.
On top of that, they were saying we should leave this place and tell them where we are taking the children and where we are going to stay. That is Agwang Stella.
The mandate of the Ministry of Gender is to care and protect children. Any child in Uganda, government has a right over that child. So when there is a suspicion, the ministry moves in without any reservations and ensures that the children are protected.
One of the children is physically handicapped and 2 are aged about 4 years.
Because it is so strange, so weird. How can someone begin getting a child of 4 years, 5 years, and disappears with the child?
We heard from the children about their ordeal away from their biological mothers.
At night I used to cry. And I said, Lord, why am I not with my brothers? Then I cry, then I pray. But God has answered my prayers. I thank Him for that.
They come and they tell us, go and wash clothes. Then they take us to Auntie Alice, and Auntie Alice goes and beats us.
Even after handing over the children, the ministry failed to prove that the 4 women were trafficking their own children.
Then they said, no, we are now upgrading the file. It's no longer child trafficking. We are now charging you with child neglect.
Consequently, the women have resolved to sue individual officers for the suffering.
We are going to handle it in court. Surely, because we need justice. We as mothers, our children need justice. We cannot even stand even a single minute to withstand gender's nonsense.
NTV has seen a letter dated 12th June 2020 addressed to the State Minister for Youth and Children Affairs, Florence Nachwara Kiyingi, by Lukwago and the company advocates, with the intention to sue on behalf of the mothers and the children. Jingo Francis, NTV.